Hi guys, and welcome to another breakdown video. In this breakdown we will take a closer look at this project. It's a 50 caliber machine gun mounted on the tripod. So yeah, I remodeled the my 50 caliber to be well, more detailed and when using in the first person. So we have a receiver hole, we have like a trigger, and yeah, we have more details than other 50 caliber machine gun in my projects, because that 50 cal was intended to be used with remote weapon stations like this, and when using it like this it lacks some details, so I correct this with this project. I hope it makes some sense, but yeah, let's take a closer look at variants. We have this version with lower legs and with the shield. We have a taller version. This is like a standing with a ballistic glass. We have also standing version with solid gun shield. We have a standing without the shield, also exposed 100%. We have this stand, maybe you can use it to mount it on your cars or your other blueprints. And we have this version that is only the turret, so no shield, no nothing. But this is the only basic variants. You can mix and match it however you want it, and I will explain that shortly in the exposed variables. So yeah, let's take a closer look at exposed variables. So let's start from the top. We have machine gun, heat, add on every bullet. So let's fire it, and when we fire the machine gun, we have an overheating mechanic. Eventually it will overheat, and this variable controls how much overheating is done when you fire. Default is 2. Let's see what happens when you hit maybe 10. And now you just can fire a couple of bullets and it will overheat. So yeah, if you want your gun to overheat quicker, type high value. If you want to overheat more slowly, go below 2, maybe 1, and that is it. Secondary gun heat cooldown rate. So when you are firing the gun, let's go 10, and you overheat or release the trigger, it will gradually cool down. So if we decrease maybe this to 14, and it will be cooling down much more slowly. Of course, if we go 100, yeah, that is the cooldown rate. Let's get to the default values. Turret rotation max, so we have a 90 degrees rotation. If we put this to maybe 20, this is the maximum amount of rotation. Maybe you have a window on your map and you have very small opening and you do not want the player to clip in on the walls. Yeah, you can easily set this in the blueprint. Health, well, we start at 100 for some reason. If you need half of the health, now we have a half of the health. You can go 10, everything but 0, and 100 is the maximum, of course. Health refresh rate, so if this stationary weapon get any damage and health drops below 100, it will refresh health every second for 2 points until it reach full health. So if you want your stationary weapon to gain more health quick, you type 10. Now every second 10 points are added to the health until it reach 100. Health refresh cooldown. So when your 50 caliber gets damage, it need pass 8 seconds without any damage to start refreshing the health. So you get hit by a bullet, health drops to 95, 8 seconds need to pass until health start to regenerate to 100 incrementally. If you want to start refreshing more quicker, type 4, and now after 4 seconds it will start refreshing the stationary weapon. Hide health tree widget. We have this health widget, and basically we can turn it on and off. If you don't like it, you can turn it off. Yeah. Distance. So if we play, but we need a health widget. Now we have health widget. If we go away, it will gradually increase until it disappears completely. And this is 30 meters. So basically 30 meters is needed for health widget to disappear. You can change this by typing any value. Now on 100 meters it will disappear, or 15 or 5. It's up to you. 30 is default. Use station without the character. So people, if you have a like a turret section in your level where you are starting already possessing this blueprint, you need to check this on and use then auto possess. Without this function, without this boolean turned on, some functions will not work, because when you enter the stationary weapon, you call some functions and they will start working, and when you exit they will get terminated. So you need this to be checked in if you are starting level directly from this blueprint. So no walking and possessing, just starting. Use invert pitch. Now people, for me the pitch is down is up, up is down. For me that is normal. Maybe for you is inverted, but if you want to use this pitch like up is up, down is down, select this, and that is that. Use possess character. If you are using this stationary weapon and it gets destroyed, you will basically spawn near it, and that is it. Basically respawn system. If you have your own respawn system, or maybe you don't need it, you can check this off, and now you will basically wait for your own respawn system to kick in. Use vision. So if we play, we have like thermal vision, like flare vision, night vision. So if you turn this off, you will not have options to turn on and off vision. Use a stationary respawn. So if this stationary gets destroyed and this is turned on, after 40 seconds it will automatically respawn, just like this. So it will be is exactly the same position with exactly 100 health, so brand new blueprint to use. Default is off, but maybe you have I don't know, multiplayer maps where you have this weapon and you want to respawn, turn this on and off. Use third-person camera. Default is off, but I did some testing and leave it on. So if we leave it on, we have this camera, and now we have this like third-person view. So yeah, let's get to default. Use vision on all camera. So if this is on, you can also use the vision on the third-person camera. That is it. Can be destroyed. If it is on, it can be destroyed. If it is off, now it's immortal. You cannot destroy this mesh or anything. Basically, it's immortal. use hide stand. So this is the stand tripod, and now it's gone. Use overheating. If you don't overheating mechanic, you can turn it off and on like there, so there is no more overheating and no more messing with these options. Yeah, so no overheating. Use windows. So this is the shield, those are the covers there. If you turn on this boolean, now we have some ballistic shield or ballistic windows here, just to give it more variation. Use shield, default is on, nothing will happen if we turn this off until we go to play or simulate the game. Now the shield is gone, and this is what I meant, that you can make your own variation. So yeah, we have this standing lower tripod with no shield. Use stand. This is basically the stand selection. 0 is default, and this is the default, so it's a standing tripod with a shield. We have 1, this is the type, so lower tripod, and 3 or 2, sorry, is this version of the stand for top mounted maybe, or on the wall or something like that. So let's go to 1. And let's maybe fire a couple of bullets. So we have a main, we have a zoom in, zoom out, we have working shells, working receiver, and the most difficult part was creating those bullets belt. Now if we go all the way up, you can see that bullets are realistically following the gun, and also this little here part, if we go down, this part will follow the gun, and the bullets will be realistically aligned. And of course, if we fire, we have like a animation of belt feeding the gun, and we have animation for the trigger. So this was the 50 caliber, but we have still one version to take a closer look. So we have this one. Now this is the same version. If we go and play, you can operate it, but if we select it and go to this section AI and hit this, now the gun will operate by itself and it will engage those targets. So it's a crude implementation of AI, but it works very well for my project, and I included it with this project too. And how it works, well, I'll try to explain. So this is the hallway, and this is where the spheres are spawned. So the gun will actually not track the target until they reach this position and enter this box, and then it will try to target the spheres and engage them. So for example, if you have a longer hallway, you go to the AI trace length and measure your hallway. For this example, this was the 5000 units, and measure your level and adjust this box in this properties there. So 2000 units, 100 Y and 100 Z. So it's a perfect box, and it works very well with this level. So if you have a longer level, you go put here maybe 4, and now the box is offset there and there, so you need to adjust it to be right in front of the gun, and you go to the AI box influence radius and move it maybe 2000, yeah, like that. And now the box is all there, but the spline needs to get even further, so maybe 6. Nope. Let's try it. This is perfect. So now the AI will actually start targeting the spheres here and try to engage them, but of course they spawn there. So this is how you set up the AI in the corridors. It works well, reasonable well. What I say reasonable, it will actually engage the targets, it will fire the targets, it will measure them, it will switch between the targets. But if you have a very large level, well, you will have some issues because you need to measure it very well. But for some corridors and smaller rooms, it works pretty much as expected. Another option is default pitch. So if you have some maybe airborne targets to track on the sky, you pitched by 45 degrees, and yeah, that is it. It will track them on the sky. And how now most important things is to add your own blueprints to be detectable by the AI. So for example, let's use this. Let's create new blueprint. So yeah, let's imagine this is your blueprint, and you have all set up with your event damage and health, or other good stuff. You go to root of your blueprint, type tag, and actually you need two type of tags. You have here minigun AI tracking, so you can actually copy and paste it, and just like that your blueprint is added to targeting mechanic of this 50 caliber. But you need another one if you want to get it a damage. Go to the second note wall, and you have a damage class. So damage class of 5 is actually 5 damage per bullet will be damaged for your blueprint. So if you want a lower damage, maybe 1 point of health per bullet, there is damage class 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And just like that, your mesh is ready to get target by the 50 caliber. But of course you need to have a proper collision setup. So you have this air trace, set it to block, and that is it. Now you are ready to, your mesh is ready to get a target by the 50 caliber. I hope it makes some sense. So yeah guys, let me just delete, I'll do it later. So yeah guys, I think I cover everything in this little breakdown. Of course, if we open the blueprint, everything is labeled. This dark green color, they are the functions. Light green colors are the inputs. This yellowish orange color is the event damage. This is the basically event begin play and event hit nodes, so miscellaneous nodes. We have nodes controlling the start of the possession of the blueprint, and we have the exiting, what happens when you well exit the stationary web. So yeah, nothing is collapsed, everything is readable and nicely arranged. And those nodes are only for testing, you can use it. Of course, my nodes do not use event tick, and even it's disabled inside the blueprint. Yeah, it's disabled. So if you need event tick, do not forget to enable it inside of the blueprint. And those nodes are just for the testing and well, for the development, but maybe you need it, and I leave it disconnected and label it. So yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this breakdown on this 50 caliber machine gun, and I hope you can use it inside of your project. Of course, if you have another question or a problem, you can find me on this email. I respond to every email as soon as I can. So yeah guys, thank you very much, and I hope I will see you in the next one. Bye.